Bray, but I've had a look at it and I've been testing it all day today, courtesy of UCC's internet connection, so big shout out to the boys over there. So huge night tonight for Cork City. A winner tonight would set up a semi-final game away to Bray, who we just played last week, and tonight we're against Derry City, who we're going to play in a very short space of time. Thankfully we avoided the demon of Dundalk, who should we progress. Colm is next to me. I'm sure he'll be on the mic soon enough. I'm waiting for you to put on your headset. So we're going to be live, and as I said, the lads from Derry will be in. You can get us up on Twitter as per usual. That's at our presenters and at CCFC80 for the hashtag. We also have the kind of Twitter wall going tonight, because normally we have live scores, but obviously with tonight's game being a replay and with all the other games being settled in normal time, we are the only game on tonight in the League of Ireland, and frankly that's the only important game, so we're not going to be showing any of the other stuff.
Forget West Ham.
Huh?
Just forget West
Ham.
Yeah.
Forget him. They don't exist.
West Ham.
Well, we did for a while, but we don't anymore. We'll be introducing the boys, and we'll get the teams up for you then. A pretty small crowd tonight at Turner's Cross. It's been a terrible weekend weather-wise. If any of you haven't been down in Cork, if any of you have been down in Cork, you'll know exactly what we're talking about. It's pretty much that kind of weekend where it's impossible not to get soaked should you leave your house, because it's just been raining non-stop. But in saying that, the pitch looks like it's in very good nick. It's probably a bit soft now at this stage, but it is in very, very good nick for a pitch that has been soaking up a lot of water over the last couple of nights. So that's pretty much the story. A small enough crowd for the moment. It looks like there was maybe 2 or 3 hardy souls that have made it down from Foyle side to support the Brandywell side tonight, that's pretty much the story. Tonight's FAI Forge replay is a big game in Colm. What do you think about tonight?
Make a break for both sides, gone really, but saying that, this is our last hope of silverware this season, and fingers crossed we get the job done.
Yeah, fingers crossed get the job done, alright. As we say, it's a huge game for City tonight. It is a huge game for the Rebel Army. I mean, we've all but surrendered the league title. So obviously a cup run would be huge. We're 2 games from the Aviva Stadium. Colm, what do you think a cup run would do for John Caulfield himself, given the sort of pressure that he's been under?
It would be huge, There at the start of last season, there was really a buzz of, maybe we could go all the way this year, but at the start of this season you never really got that buzz. It was more expectation than anything else. I was actually talking to Ross Gaynor at the start of the season. He said that they were going for all 4 trophies before the St Anthony Club obviously got disbanded, and I suppose they'd be hoping to get the job done tonight. I don't want to say it'd be an easy tie against Bray, but they obviously have been in difficulties on and off the pitch recently, and it's certainly not Dundalk anyway. That's the sort of thing.
Yeah. Definitely not Dundalk, and we were saying earlier that Dundalk might be. They've had a very lucky run actually so far. They've been home for all of their games. Obviously, they had a kind of a difficult one against Sligo on Friday night, but they got over that. And again, a home draw against arguably, I'll say it carefully, but arguably the worst team out of the teams left in the competition. I would argue anyway. And now it's up for us to try and get this result, because I do think I have a funny feeling about this competition. I had a funny feeling when we beat Pats that time, because that day we were just absolutely blessed. I mean, you had Alan Bennett kicking it.
Completely depleted,
The squad was depleted. You had the time where Bennett kicked it off McNulty and it bounced back out for and we managed to go on and win that game 4-0 against knocking out the reigning champions. So a funny feeling in my water. I think if we can get over this Derry City side tonight, we have an excellent chance of actually winning this cup competition.
Yeah. Pretty much. Short and sweet.
Short and sweet. We'll probably go to the teams for you there in a second. We'll get them over for you again. We'll start with the away team tonight, the Derry City. In goal is Jared Doherty. We've 3 Dean Jarvis, 4 Aaron McAnuff, 5 Ryan McBride, 7 Barry McNamee, 8 Philip Lowry, 10 Patrick McElhenney, 15 Killian Morrison, who's coming to tonight's game, in place of Mark Farron, who has a flu, I believe. I think it's
Killian
Mark Quigley, sorry, not Mark Farron, my apologies. 18 Rob Cornwall, 23 Ryan Curran, and 30 Aaron Barry. And the subs tonight for Derry City is number 2 Ben McLaughlin, number 11 Stephen Dooley, number 12 Josh Daniels, number 19 Mark Timlin, number 20 Sean Patton, number 22 Patrick McLean, and number 27 Ronan Curtis. As we said, Killian Morrison coming into this game, a guy who kind of failed to impress on Lee's side. Chance for him to make a name for himself tonight. The teams are coming out of the tunnel as we get set to kick off this FAI Cup quarter-final replay here on Monday night here in Turner's Cross. Referee Derek Tomney leading out the players. We get to the home side now. John Dunleavy comes in for Stephen Beattie, who is cup tied. That's the only change. Sorry?
Kevin O'Connor's.
Oh, Kevin O'Connor's gone as well, yeah. Sorry. We start with the team. It's goal, obviously, Mark McNulty. Number 4, captaining the side today is John Dunleavy. Number 5, Darren Dennehy. Number 6, Dan Murray. Number 11, Ross Gaynor. Number 18, Michael McSweeney. Number 19, Carl Shepherd. Number 20, Billy Dennehy. Number 22, Liam Miller. Number 23, Mark O'Sullivan. And number 26, Gary Buckley. On the subs bench tonight for Cork City, number 3 Alan Bennett, number 8 Gavin Holohan, who comes back from injury, number 9 John O'Flynn, number 14 Kevin O'Connor, number 15 Andy Marcy, number 16 Alan Smith, and number 30 Liam Carney.
I suppose the interesting thing about the team sheets is that Alan Bennett is actually the captain of the bench, so that's pretty interesting. And it's a very strong squad for Cork City tonight, and hopefully we get the job done now as we wait for Derry to kick us off. Killian Morrison and Barry McNamee are in the central circle as we wait for the tip-off, as they would say.
Hand you over to Colm for a second as we adjust. We know our mics are a little bit loud, so we're just going to adjust that down a small bit.
Oh, apologies. I don't know if that's our mics or just us.
We're supposed to be loud, the mics aren't. I think I have it fixed there, so you can let us know anyway at our presenters and also at hashtag CCFC84. We'll be keeping an eye on the Twitter, and you can see that the tweets are coming up on the wall as well with all of the other lovely information for you. So John Caulfield comes to take his place on the bench, where he will put his water bottle in the customary position as we kick off. And we start, and it's out straight away to the right back. That is number 18 Rob Cornwall, and he gives it back to Jared Doherty, who plays it up long. That's up for Ryan Curran. I think that's underneath that. He gets a hand in the back from Ross Gaynor, but the ball breaks down. That's going towards Philip Lowry, but City managed to win it back with Gary Buckley. He plays it back to Ross Gaynor, first time left foot. Ball over the top for Mark O'Sullivan. Can he win that in the air? Yes, he does. Down to Carl Shepherd. Shepherd has space at the edge of the box. He turns. He leaves the shot with his right foot. And Jared Doherty comes down to claim comfortably enough for the bright start from City, Colm.
Yeah, very bright start. The last time I was up here for Cork City, it was against Limerick, and we really started on the back foot, so hopefully get the job done, as I say.
Yeah, it was and that was a late tackle by Ross Gaynor there on Killian Morrison, who gets a bit of a whack but wins himself a free kick for his troubles. This will be taken down the right hand side here, about 30 yards out from the box, and Philip Lowry will put this down. I don't know if he's going to take it quickly or not. Just a quick note about the kits Derry are playing in their home kit. That is red and white candy stripes, as they're famous for, black shorts and white socks, while City playing in their customary green shirt, white shorts and green socks. Lovely kit, actually, that City kit. I always like it. Yeah. It's going to be taken by McNamee, swings it in left foot in swinger, but Liam Miller is underneath it to head away, and it's gone down towards Billy Dennehy. The ball really...
Yeah, that pitch is really waterlogged there. Yeah. The ball just didn't bounce at all.
Yeah, it literally dropped from about 10 feet and just stuck almost in the ground. I'd say there was probably pressure on given the scheduling to get this game going ahead, and that corner has always been a difficulty. I remember myself years ago having to sweep it out with a brush after that famous protest against Bray Wanderers. As the ball's thrown in, Gary Buckley keeps it in place to Mark O'Sullivan, and again that ball is
sticking on the grass.
Barry McNamee now on the ball, twisting and turning away, gives it to Rob Cornwall, blocked down by Barry Buckley. Good touch there by Mark O'Sullivan, and then the ball hops up for him and settles down. So Mark's doing well there to turn away, and he's under pressure there from Aaron McAnuff, but manages to get it away, tries to chip it in towards Gary Buckley, but a little bit of a miscommunication, and Derry have the ball again. Colm, pitch tonight, how's that going to affect the play?
It'll be huge, you know. Well, though, to be fair, last season the pitch was in a very similar condition against our game against St. Machtas, but that was Machtas and we won 6-0. But saying that, although having a look over there at the corner boys are in fine voice after being locked out of the Brandywell last week.
Yeah, I wasn't going to bring it up, but thanks for bringing it up. Anyway, Colm has the ball's played over the top and collected by Mark McNulty. As far as I know, the said people have been reimbursed by the club and it's all been sorted, so I think there's a bit of a topic of contention on this Cork City forum, but not to worry, as Gary Buckley now gives it out left to Billy Denny. He's taken on Rob Cornwall, plays it in towards Ross Gaynor. Gaynor tries to get it inside, but Jared Doherty is quick to call it, and Ryan McBride, Derry's captain for tonight, leaves it for the long-time goalkeeper of Derry City, a real stalwart for the Candy Stripes.
Not the most liked man in Turner's Cross, though, is he?
No, not really.
No.
He's a bit of a character, but in the same way that Dan Connor was a character and he wasn't particularly liked here, brings a bit of flavour, I think.
Although, do you remember that game last season where Doherty was in that goal? Sorry, the goal heading into the shed. I just forgot you couldn't see. And he booted the ball into the shed in there. Were you at that game?
I wasn't, because I was abroad. But
France boy.
But Jared Doherty's been known to make a few gestures.
Yeah.
To our City fans, but we were just talking about it earlier, like players who like where they've gotten stick, or where you've been like we were talking about the greatest league in the world, really, and the whole hashtag that's been going around, and how much of a local league as it is, as it's played out right towards Rob Cornwall, but taken down by Billy Denny. You can't keep it out of play. It'll be a throw in for Derry City, and Derek Tomlin is telling him to take it back behind the halfway line. We'll probably get back to that in a second, but Derry with the ball now, and it's inside with Philip Lowry, plays into Barry McNamee, who's very distinguishable thanks to his curly kind of afro. A very good player, actually, really, really skillful. He's making a good run in it now behind, but I think that was Philip Lowry elected to play it short. So Lowry on the ball, plays it to Ryan Curran. He can't hold on to the ball, slips, and Ross Gaynor now has it, a man who's used to playing in the rain from all his time at Sligo. Balls now towards Doherty, who takes a touch. But yeah, about that hashtag great league in the world, we were saying about players who have really kind of had their comeuppance against fans who have given him abuse. We were talking about Glenn Crowe clawing into the shed end when he was given all that abuse that time. If you were going to say, actually I was going to open it out, if you remember a specific time where you were given a player abuse, or and there was a really good comeback, or vice versa, then do let us know on the Twitter. We'd like to know. Keep it clean if you can,
Please,
but we'd like to know, as that's a good Cork City free kick now. It was Dean Jarvis leaning into the back of Carl Shepherd, right in the corner there, the far corner between the St Anne's and the Derry stand, and it will be a Cork City free kick, and it will be Billy Dennehy to take it, probably be in swinging from Dennehy, as we tick towards about 5 minutes played in this game.
Yeah, I'd say that, yeah. I was just going to comment there on the Derry support, then I remembered it's a Monday and it's a 5-hour journey. So, to be fair, they've travelled down in their numbers, in their tens.
Yeah, they made good trips, and to all Derry fans who are listening in to Drive 105 match night, welcome. We hope you're enjoying.
Yeah.
So that'll be crossed in there by Billy Dennehy and headed away. It's bouncing up the edge of the box, but headed away there well by the Derry man. Barry McNamee clears. That was Aaron McAnuff with the original header, as John Dunleavy just shepherds that out. A man from up that kind of part of the country, up north. More western though, he's from Donegal. Coming back into tonight's game, he didn't play last week. Ross Gaynor now with the throw. And City also Colm trying to come back from what was a disappointing result.
That was a push in the back.
I was just going to leave you with the question there, but Ryan McBride seemed to.
What was that?
Colm was too busy watching Ryan McBride pull over Mark O'Sullivan, but Mark O'Sullivan doesn't get anything for it, but Derry break with the ball. and it's with Rob Cornwall here. He takes shot with his right foot, but his opposite number, Michael McSweeney, is there to block, but the ball blocks out to Ryan Curran. He crosses it in, but cleared away there by Liam Miller fairly comfortably. It will knock back to Rob Cornwall. And a nice triangle work there. Lovely one-touch football there by Derry City, but it was Aaron McNuff eventually gives the ball away, and now it's Darren Dennehy who takes shot. McNuff comes flying in and takes out the corner flag, but the ball bounces to Rob Cornwall. It's all a bit scrappy here, but City win to throw in on this near inside. So if you're just listening in to Drive 105 Match Night, a very big hello to you from us here on Red Radio on Leeside, as I forget to speak English.
It's too long in France.
I know. I'm getting all mixed up. But the score is here 0-0. There's barely been a shot on target. There was one shot, alright, from Carl Shepherd with his right foot, but sailed pretty harmlessly towards Jared Doherty, who collected fairly comfortably. He got his jersey wet though. I always hate that when you're a goalkeeper and the ground is soaking and you get your jersey wet straight away, and then your jersey's wet for the rest of the game.
Although if you're getting paid for it, you would.
I suppose that kind of changes things.
What's going
as Mick Ring is forced to put the flag back in place. He's talking to Wayne McDonald, the assistant on this near inside. Mick has picked up the corner flag. That was a corner flag taken completely out by was it Philip? Was it
Derry player?
By Derry player, yeah. Well, I think it was Rob. No, it wasn't Rob Cornwall. I can't remember who it was. But came sliding in anyway to block the ball and completely took out the corner flag. I think he's after snapping the corner flag. And now we have no corner flag, so there'll definitely be some sort of remuneration there towards the MFA to get that back in.
Yeah.
And judging
Mick
by the
Ring
speed,
he's a great kitman and he's a great guard, so I imagine he's a great corner flag putter in.
and that is seriously hashtag greatest league in the world. Mick Ring is forced to stand by the corner flag and act as corner flag holder for the rest of the game as we're trying to get a replacement. That is just outstanding. Keep an eye on your Twitter feed for photos of that, because that is just brilliant. He's just standing there casually, legs crossed against the corner flag.
Guard by day, corner flag holder by night. The worst superhero in the world. Anyway, back to the action. And it's out for a throw to Derry City.
They're chanting something at Mick. Are you something in disguise? Probably some sort of expletive that we couldn't repeat on FM radio. But anyway, it's a throw in here in the near hand side for Derry City. Rob Cornwall throws it in. Knocked back by Ryan Curran. Cornwall's clearance was blocked. And Derry have to mop up, but it's with Billy Dennehy now. And Benny has a chance to run at Rob Cornwall. Takes down the left hand side. Gets to the byline, crossing it. It's a good ball. Marky Sull tries to take it down. Shot there by Gary Buckley, but blocked down. And it will fall pretty harmlessly to Jared Doherty. It was Barry McNamee coming in with a slide there and blocked down. But City definitely starting the first 10 minutes here brighter, Colm.
Definitely.
Oh, and that's a bad kick. Sorry, I was going to leave it to you. But bad kick there by Doherty, and Shepherd blocks it down, but the ball in towards Mark O'Sullivan is poor, and Aaron Barry will clear. On the halfway line now with Killian Morrison, the former Cork City player. Shrugging off. That was Michael McSweeney fairly well there, but Liam Miller managed to mop up. Sorry, Colm.
He went past Big Dan as well.
Unusual for a player to make it past Big Dan.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Very unusual, especially Killian Morrison. When he was down here, he wasn't the best. So hopefully he's after picking up since he went up.
Well, hopefully not tonight though for us, as Liam Miller now gives the ball right for Carl Shepherd, but that's blocked down, and Patrick McElhenney is there doing defensive work, but the clearance is poor, goes in towards John Dunleavy. He takes a touch, plays it on to Billy Denny, who turns his body. That's nice work there, coming up against Cornwall again. That will be an interesting duel for tonight. Gets to the byline again, crosses it, but Cornwall gets in for the block, and it will be a Cork City corner on this near inside. City done well from corners in the last couple of games. They hit the post a few times, definitely hit the post here against Galway, I think it was. Alan Bennett with the header off that. Will it be interesting to see whether they'll go with this near post routine again?
Scored from a corner against Reykjavik as well, if I'm
pretty sure we scored from a good few corners. I remember there was a time where we used to get corners and we used to just think, that was the end of it. No goals here. It's changed now. Somebody roars out something there from the shed. That's crossed in there. Good ball by Miller to the front post, but can't get it on target. It's to Billy Dennehy, back to Miller again, the former Irish international. Plays it back to Ross Gaynor. Gaynor now takes a touch. Good through ball into Miller. Can Miller keep that going? No, he can't, as Ryan McBride clears. And as you were saying, Colm, that pitch will have a big impact on tonight's game. And Ryan McBride's gone down injured here now. That looks something of a bit concern for the Candy Stripes. And Derek Tomney will bring on the physio straight away, so that is quite worrying for the visitors here. But Colm, you were talking about the pitch, and just to see, normally on a pitch that kind of a through ball like that would just slide straight out for a goal kick, but just everything's holding up on this pitch.
Yeah, it's nearly better. It's nearly better for a passing game, to be honest. The pitch would be.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, you could see the way the inconsistent bounce of the ball in the pitch. So you're pretty much better off trying to keep the ball in the deck.
Hopefully, I was going to say, hopefully not as many long balls we've seen recently.
Yeah, that's definitely been a problem. But there's been some games. I definitely would say that the game on Saturday against Bray was a particular hoof ball fest. It was pretty bad.
Yeah, I heard.
But in other games we've been pretty good. I mean, Bowes at home, and generally at home, even that second half against St. Patrick's Athletic in the last round of the Cup, we've played the ball in the deck a little bit more.
Although when Dundalk came down, when Richie Towell had that great game earlier on in the season, it was just hoof.
Yeah, it's there's been quite a few hoof ball games, really, hasn't there, so far, but I don't know. As I said to you at the top of the programme, I have a funny feeling about this game tonight, and I think I have a funny feeling about this competition in general. As Billy Denny swings it in, and that's hacked away there by Aaron Barry. I don't think that was exactly where he was trying to put it, but he manages to clear it. It goes back to Dan Murray, and City will recycle the ball and start again. It's with Liam Miller now. Has Michael McSweeney outright, gives the ball to McSweeney, the former UCC player, won a Collingwood Cup actually with UCC.
That's amazing, is in
fact.
No, I mean that, like, Michael McSweeney, ex-UCC, gives it to Liam Miller, ex-Manchester United.
It is great. It is. It's definitely kind of that team, isn't it? Like Colin Healy playing it to,
a mix of experience
and Mark O'Sullivan, a guy who's only ever played at Avondale, is probably the star on the whole thing, which is even the funniest thing. The guy who was tiling only up to a few years ago. That's a bad ball there by Patrick McElhinney, and City have the ball. It's with Ross Gaynor, crosses it in, touched there by Mark O'Sullivan, bopping around the box with Sullivan left foot, straight at Jared Doherty in the Derry City goal, and that could have been seriously difficult for Doherty, because O'Sullivan was pretty much on the penalty spot there, and either side of the Derry City netminder could have been disastrous for the away side.
Mick Ring has a friend, so
Mick is done.
Mick Ring is now talking to someone.
It's good that he has somebody to chat with anyway. I mean, it's boring kind of holding that corner flag, He's getting wet though. He's probably put up his hood, I mean, it is raining. He's going to come home. He's going to have cold. He's going to be like Mark Quigley now.
Yeah.
Who won't be able to play the next match. Who won't be able to hold the corner flag for the next game.
Won't be able to wash the kit.
Header up now, and it's still with Derry, but that's a poor header there from Patrick McElhinney, and City get the ball back with Darren Denny. Denny takes a touch, plays it into Liam Miller, who's dropping very deep here for Cork City in his customary position. Tends to drop in and just play that kind of consistent role. As Denny now plays it back to Mark McNulty, who hits it first time over the top, and Cornwall has to be quick to that to get the head away. It bounces down to Dan Murray there. Murray now puts it over the top. That's a good ball. Jared Doherty is out quickly. Will he make it? No, he won't. He takes down Carl Shepherd. The flag has gone up. Jared Doherty is not happy with the decision. It won't be a penalty. It was outside the box. And the flag is actually up for a dive for Carl Shepherd, and Shepherd, I think, will be booked for simulation. I think that's what's going to happen here, because all the other players have drifted away. I think that's what he's going to give Derek Tomley, and he's booked Carl Shepherd for simulation. Colm, what do you think?
Well, from where I am, it looked like our Jared Doherty just dragged down Carl Shepherd, but I'm not the referee, so. No,
and in fairness, the assistant linesman was very well placed on that far hand side, because the way we saw it, it was the two bodies were deflecting the ball. The assistant could see the whole game, and his flag went up straight away, which actually indicated to me that it was a foul. But obviously he spotted that there was no contact, and Carl Shepherd now on a booking. So
it was inside the box.
Yeah. Okay. So well, I suppose the free kick's from inside the box. So. Doherty now plays it over the top, and that's for Ryan Kern to try and win, but headed the way there. That was a good header by Ross Gaynor, actually it was. Yeah. And the ball will go back there to Jared Doherty again. So City definitely the brighter of the two teams. Derry finding it hard to get any sort of penetration in midfield. City definitely winning that midfield battle so far, with about a quarter of an hour gone in tonight's FAI Ford Cup quarter-final replay, as that was headed on there by Killian Morrison, but straight to Mark McNulty, who clears it out, and a Derry man will headed out for a throw-in. So Ross Gaynor right in front of the visiting bench here on the Donny Ford side as Ross Gaynor now throws it over the top, and that's cleared away by Cornwall fairly well. And it looks like we have a new flag. So flag update. We have a new flag, and Mick Ring is putting it on as we speak. So kitman, groundman, cop, photographer. What is there anything that man can't do? Twitter lover.
Twitter extraordinaire.
Twitter extra. I would go as far to say.
Did you see the tweet that he put up the other day? Actually, with a photo, and he said he wanted to bop an ostrich.
That is the sort of analysis you get here with Rebel Radio as the ball goes down the left hand side for Billy Denny, but it looks like Derry will mop that up, and Denny does well to block that down actually, and it's with Mark O'Sullivan. He plays it to Barry Buckley, and Buckley just got the ball trapped underneath his feet, had space in front of him, could have taken a shot, and Mark O'Sullivan's ball back to Buckley is poor, and Derry win the ball back, but they can't hold on to it, and that is the story of the Candy Stripes game so far. They just can't hold on to the ball when they get into the City half. City doing very well with pressing and looking definitely the better of the two teams so far, and that is unbiased, I can definitely say to you. For all of you listening on Drive 105 with us here at Rebel Radio on Leeside, it's still 0-0 between the two teams with 20 minutes gone in tonight's game, and City with the early chances, but nothing really concrete. Mark O'Sullivan with a snapshot, and Carl Shepherd also with a shot that Doherty saved. So Doherty stinging his pans, but nothing else, as Michael McSweeney now has it down the right hand side. He's coming up against Patrick McElhenney, who makes a good tackle there, and pokes the ball out for a throw in on the far hand side. But Colm, big game for both teams. Derry also having a pretty disappointing result last week. Who do you think tonight is going to want it more, or what have you seen so far?
On the basis of the fact that they need silverware, I think Cork.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just John Caulfield, or you just think?
Yeah, I think it's more if they don't win here, John Caulfield is under a bit of pressure.
Yeah.
For my own personal opinion, but
yeah, I think that's an opinion shared by many. As Billy Denny now cuts inside, we'll just come back to that in a second, as Gary Buckley now takes it on. He's been challenged there, and that's a really good tackle by Dean Jarvis, winning the ball away. Now Derry have a chance to counter it to Killian Morrison. He can hold on to the ball again, and Morrison's not doing a great job of holding it up, but that's a poor ball from Gary Buckley, reciprocating the favour, and it goes with Philip Lowry now in the middle of midfield. He's being tracked by City players who are pressing very high, and Mark O'Sullivan now is going to put a challenge on Jared Doherty, who kicks it up, and that will fall straight to Liam Miller. Yeah, that's a lovely chest there by Miller. That's real class by the former Ireland international, but then follows it up with a terrible pass, and now Derry have the ball. That's with McElhenney here in the middle of midfield, coming in from where he was on the left hand side. Miller now wins the ball back, and City have a chance to break. It's with Ross Gaynor starting left back tonight, but it has played quite an advanced role. Oh, good turn there to beat Ryan Curran. Now gets into the box, fires a shot, and that's a great save by Doherty, but it's still up and it's headed towards goal, but cleared away, and that was Dean Jarvis with the clearance. So two excellent chances there for Cork City, and that was Mark O'Sullivan with the header, and Billy Denny now crosses it in, and Gary Buckley can't keep that one from going out, and it will be a corner, surprisingly enough. It's Ken Hennessy on that far inside, determining that Dean Jarvis got that header, but Jarvis there in the line, right place, right time, just to deny Derry City a goal, Colm.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I was
hoping for a bit more analysis, but you know.
Yeah. Sorry, Drive 105.
It's Billy Denny now at this far side. Colm just give you a thumbs up. Billy Denny now crosses it in, and it's in a crowded box, and Doherty just getting a fist to it. He's had a good game. That was a great save on the near hand side to deny Ross Gaynor a few minutes ago, but Derry definitely under the cosh, and Pete's looking worried on this near hand side, Peter Hutton.
Although to be fair, it's not like as if this is the most important game of their season. They're struggling for survival. Well,
that's true, but I think for a lot of teams like that, like Derry, a cup run really takes the pressure off the players in terms of it kind of gives them something to look forward to and to aim towards, as Ross Gaynor now crosses it in. But yeah, I'm sure regardless of the result tonight, you'll have Hutton will say like that tonight's game is really all about that it's a bonus, but the season really from here on in is all about survival. And with a disappointing result last week against Drogheda, the Caddy Stripes are under pressure to try and get results. I'm trying to see who they're playing next week in the Premier League, but
Rovers, is it? Shamrock Rovers?
I think it might be. I'm not sure. I actually not sure. I haven't really looked at the fixtures beyond tonight's game.
So if it is, we apologise, but I think it's Shamrock Rovers.
It's not. It's a lie made in good faith.
Yes.
So I feel like
yes,
it's more misinformation than a like straight out lie.
Yeah.
So But we apologise nonetheless. On the other side of Cornwall, plays it inside to Aaron McAneff, who's just got a shout from his teammates there, man on. He plays it to Barry McNamee, and now Killy Morrison has the ball on this near inside, being challenged by Ross Gaynor. Takes it down this side, beats Ross Gaynor. Can he swing it across? Oh, he tries it like a Ronaldo chop, but it doesn't come off at all. And Ross Gaynor's there to win. Mark O'Sullivan jumps about 3 minutes before the ball actually gets towards him. But Derry get the ball now, and it's its left hand side with Jarvis plays into McElhenney, and that's just an easy one touch play there by Derry, and go back to Jared Doherty. And I think tonight's game goes to extra time and penalties, I'm fairly sure, so we will get a result tonight regardless of the full time 90 minutes. Obviously asking Cork City to come all the way back up to Derry again would be a disaster, so it's pushing your luck.
In fairness.
So Gary Buckley now gives it on the left hand side for Billy Denny. Denny now coming up against Cornwall. Good ball in. Just can't get on it, is Gary Buckley, but he's definitely shepherding, putting pressure on Philip Lowry. But Lowry now gives away the ball to Billy Denny's, but he's forced to turn back away from the Derry goal and gives it to Ross Gaynor. Gaynor plays it off Morrison, but the ball deflects rather fortunately to Liam Miller. Plays it across now to John Dunleavy. One more to Dan Murray, who's very far up. He crosses the ball into the back stick, and it's not a bad ball actually, but I don't think Gary Buckley was ever getting there.
No.
And Buckley was actually involved in a similar incident 2 seasons ago, I think, against Sligo, where Richard Brush, he went for a ball at the back stick and got absolutely cleaned out by Richard Brush.
Yeah, the same thing happened with Carl Shepherd earlier on in the season, first game of the season.
Oh right, okay.
With Brush actually as well.
Oh, was it Brush again?
Yeah.
It's a strong guy.
He was actually substituted after that. So
Richard Brush was?
Yeah.
Wow, well.
Neil Coulter came on. I was
There you
there.
go.
I tore ligaments in my ankle that night.
Everybody got injured that night seemingly. As Dan Murray now plays it, but that's intercepted by McElhenney. It's a bad ball there by the man from Cambridge, and McElhenney now takes it, plays it back to Dean Jarvis, who helped his side out about 5 minutes ago, came off on the line to deny Mark O'Sullivan an almost certain goal from a rebound, which is quite similar to the story of last Friday's game, and that's a long ball played by Ryan McBride. But Gaynor just doing well to get his body between Killian Morrison and the ball and shepherding it out for a throw-in. Gaynor now throws it back to Mark McNulty. He has Ryan Curran for company, gives it straight back to Gaynor, takes a touch, plays it down the left-hand side. Is that going to stay in? It will. Gary Buckley's underneath it, gets a touch onto it, but Mark O'Sullivan can't win the ball, and it's with Brian McBride, who plays it back to Jared Doherty. Very slow play from Derry so far, kind of everything's going back to Doherty before it goes forward.
Slow play from both teams. The pitch could be a factor, but that really shouldn't be a factor.
Yeah. Do you think it's kind of, I don't know, is there a lack of intensity or something, given the fact that there's such an amazing chance for both sides really tonight to get through to a cup semi-final? But
although Derry are the cup specialists, they have been in the final the last 2 of the 3. Was it 2012 and 2014? They won it in 2012.
They did.
They lost it last year.
They've also won like an absolute trophy cabinet full of league cups.
Yes.
They're definitely league cup specialists. As the ball now down the left hand side, I think that's with it's with McElhenney actually, and he wins the side a corner. So good work by McElhenney, just a quick step over and forcing Carl Shepherd, I think it was, in that far inside to put the ball out for a corner. It's Max Sweeney actually, okay. Max Sweeney, and it's Aaron McAnuff will go short for this, but he's not getting it. The ball will be swung in here by Cornwall. Getting a head on it there was Philip Lowry, but the ball bounces out to the back stick towards that suspect corner flag, and it's with Rob Cornwall now again. Gives it back to Barry McNamee, plays it inside, and it's for Jarvis. Will he take a shot? Lines up, hits it with his left foot. That comes off Shepherd, and it will be, strangely enough, a free kick. Shepherd jumped towards it but tucked in his arms.
He's been booked already as
well. He has been booked, but I'd be very surprised if he was sent off for that.
Yeah, Shepherd, it's the League of Ireland, the referees aren't great.
Oh,
controversial.
That is the views of Colm Cuddihy and not of Rebel Radio or Cork City of its associates. If anybody from the FAI is listening,
apologies, John Delaney.
We know you're watching. Yeah, it was kind of a funny one. It was Jarvis with the shot, and Shepherd not only turned his back but also tucked his arms in and still got a handball. So I don't know what you have to do not to be called for handball in this game, but
not have hands, it seems.
Just chop off your arms.
Yeah.
You need disposable arms. You can just click on and click off at the end of prosthetic limbs. Yeah, essentially. Anyway, we digress, and it will be Barry McNamee and Patrick McElhenney step over this. I think it will be McNamee to take this, because he's hitting a left foot. He does hit a left foot, it hits the wall and deflects out. I think there was ironic cheers that there wasn't a handball given for that. But anyway, play goes on with Ryan McBride, gives it out left here to Jarvis, who was the man with the original shot. Jarvis now crosses in, back stick. That's for Killian Morrison. That's Shirley climbing on the back of Ross Gaynor. It is. And Ross Gaynor goes down hurt, and it will be a yellow card, I think. Will it, for Killian Morrison? I'm not sure.
No, I think it's just Ross Gaynor's just down.
It's calling Morrison over. It was like Aussie rules-esque. That was like climbing on his back and then just like sitting on him and getting a header in.
It's Premier League-esque.
This is the Premier Division. Well, this is the FAI Cup, but it is Premier Division. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
You mean the proper Premier League? Is that what you're trying to imply?
I was saying English.
Okay. Although
this isn't the Premier League either. It's
Premier Division.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
It's the cup.
Moving over top notes for Buckley. Play down. It's Miller takes touch, but the ball is poor, and it's with Cornwall. Cornwall does a nice touch taken away from Billy Denny. Plays it, but can't get it over the head of Ross Gaynor. Actually, he takes a missed touch himself. Is now forced to turn towards his own goal. He turns and hits it, but Billy Denny deflects it out for a Cork City.
Derry City try.
We do apologise for those of you who are listening in to Drive 105 match night. When we refer to City, it is Cork City, of course.
Yes.
And the home team, because we are Cork City fans.
Will we say C City and D City?
No, I won't remember it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just gonna. For the purposes, Derry are either Derry, the Brandywell outfit, the Candy Stripes, the Foil Siders, but not City. So City are the home team for tonight's match. When we play, and that's put out for Ross Gaynor for a corner. When we play the reverse fixture, and our friends over at Drive 105 will be covering it, we give them full license as representatives of Cork City Football Club to use City to refer to Derry, and then use Cork to refer to us, because that's the way it works. Home team gets advantage.
I would try an attempt at Derry accent, but I don't
offend. Yeah, please don't. That's Barry McNamee now putting it in, and hacked away there by.
Did he? Yeah, Barry cleared down himself.
Not sure who that was. That's Rod Gaynor actually in the front post hacked that away. Gaynor doesn't look he normally does anyway. That's played on by Jarvis, but McNamee thought that McEnough was back in the corner, but he wasn't, and the ball goes out for a throw-in. So yes, Dave has us on the Twitter. I will keep an update on that. I'm trying to keep an eye on everything. So yeah, but anyway, it's up on our match centre as it stands anyway, so people can see it there. That's a good touch from Marky Sull, and that is obstruction by Ryan McBride, the Derry City captain. Actually quite clever by McBride, just getting himself.
No, it wasn't really. He gave away a foul.
Well, Marky Sull was pretty much going to beat him otherwise.
He's a wall.
He's
a moving wall. That man.
He's like the essential Sunday League footballer.
Yes.
Ross Gaynor now plays it up, and that is for O'Sullivan. Will he win this? No, surprisingly enough. Normally he does, but Morrison takes down, but it's a heavy touch, and it's at Miller. Miller now left to Billy Denny. Denny tries to set himself up for a cross in, cuts inside, plays it back to Gaynor. Gaynor will hit this first time. Nice casual chip, and it's for O'Sullivan, but just goes over the head of the former Avondale United striker and bounces out towards Michael McSweeney. McSweeney will take a touch, but that is heavy, and he does get around McElhenney in the end, crosses it in. That's for O'Sullivan again, but he can't get a purchase on the header. It's for Miller. Miller takes a touch, but can't keep it under control. Ball bounces out to Johnny Dunleavy. Now to McSweeney, gives it back inside to Liam Miller. Miller back to Johnny Dunleavy, and that gives Derry City a chance to push out, get their line out, force the Cork City attack further away from their goal, and it's gone out right now towards Michael McSweeney. Takes on Barry McNamee, does take on Barry McNamee, but Dean Jarvis is there to clear, and City recycle the ball again. So it's really just a game of backs and forwards at the moment. City trying to find a chink in the visiting armour, as Ross Gaynor wins a free kick off Killian Morrison, who's found it difficult in tonight's game so far, just hasn't really been able to assert his influence on it. And City with the free kick now with Ross Gaynor. There's 3 bodies up there in the middle of the box. It's O'Sullivan, Shepherd and Billy Denny. Dan Murray and Darren Denny will join them, so both centre backs. As a matter of fact, there isn't a single City player apart from the goalkeeper in their half. Oh, John Dunleavy has just gone into our half, but there are 2 Cork City players in the half, and it's crossed in now by Gaynor. That's towards O'Sullivan, is it? Gets ahead in it, but can't direct it towards the City body, and Derry come away with it. It's with Jarvis now. Jarvis on the left hand side, plays it back inside to McElhenney, who's starting left wing tonight. He plays a long ball over the top. Can Gaynor get ahead on that? Yes, he can, just about. Knocks it up for Billy Denny. Denny now hits it up in the air, but Philip Lowry's there to win. Liam Miller now has it, plays it back to Darren Denny, and Denny turns it out. And Ross Gaynor plays down the left hand side. That's for Mark O'Sullivan to try and win. And two Derry players jumping over each other. Mark O'Sullivan now has it. He has a chance to shoot. Plays it into Billy Denny. Will this be the first goal? Oh, Denny, he should have taken a shot there. He instead opted to try and play it back inside to O'Sullivan. But Jarvis is there again to block at the last minute, and two absolutely crucial interceptions by Dean Jarvis. One on the line there and one to intercept Billy Denny. But just goes to show you, Colm, how quickly things can turn.
Yeah, very much so. And I think Billy Denny used to play for Derry as well, didn't he?
He did.
So that would have been a goal against his former side.
One of his various former sides.
Yeah, one of his. We could play Sunderland and he'd score against his former side.
Played up now. Knockdown. Dude, does it. Anyway, so Morrison now. First proper chance to run at the City defence. Oh, good ball in there. And it's with Barry McNamee. McNamee now plays it out left, but McSweeney is there to win. He gets tripped by.
I think that was more him slipping than being tripped.
I'm not sure, but the referee, Derek Domney, either way, it was definitely like a 5 points on like the splash off the dive.
Yes.
Like. There was an amazing splash
and
when he landed there.
that was the third time, if he did trip him, that was the third time Killian Morrison committed a foul and hasn't got booked.
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting. So maybe Killian might be on the naughty list before long. Shepherd now knocks it up towards O'Sullivan, knocks it back towards Carl Shepherd, the former Shamrock Rovers man. Can't get the ball in City's favour, and now it gone into the middle of the park. That's Morrison with a first touch out towards Cornwall. Cornwall now takes it on. He's been in the game quite a lot, Rob Cornwall, actually. That Billy Denny Cornwall duel has been interesting. Now knocked towards Morrison down that right hand side. He's been forced to come deeper. Morrison now beats two tackles, coming up against tackle of Liam Miller, and can't beat the combination of Buckley and Miller, and City come away with the ball. Buckley does really well to cut inside, and McElhenney now comes into the middle of the park. He's being crowded out, manages to get the ball back to Ross Gaynor. Gaynor now was thinking of giving the ball over the top. He does now this time, but it's outright actually to Carl Shepherd, who kind of puts in a half challenge but not really, and it's comfortable enough for Jarvis to get ahead on. Now there you have the ball back. It's with number 8, that's Philip Lowry. Gone back to McBride, captain. Plays it in to Ryan Kern, who gives it back to Morrison. Now Morrison plays the ball over the top for McNamee, but it will fall into Mark McNulty's box, and the Ballincollig native is out quick to take the ball with his feet. Yes. He's going to pick it up.
Although to be fair, there's a lot of players play from City, from Ballincollig.
Does she? Or did she?
What?
Well, actually, another interesting fact about Mark McNulty: didn't play in goal until under 16s.
Yeah.
One player of the year at 16s level, I think, as a striker, and then went and played in goal at under 17s.
As the chant goes, playing in the striker as the local leagues.
There you go.
Yeah.
But those of you up in the foil side might necessarily know that our goalkeeper was a former striker. Another player, another famous goalkeeper who started out as an outfield player. Shay Given.
Okay. I thought you were going to say you there, but
no, I did not start out as a outfield player. I was far too unfit and far too uncoordinated. But I am famous, so that's one thing. Yeah.
I mean, I recognised you once.
City have a throw now. Cork City have a throw now in this near inside, Ross Gaynor. Just to say to our friends who are listening in on Drive 105 match night, that is Cork. When we refer to City, it is Cork City, but I'll try to correct myself when I do say City is. The home side, City, Cork City, win themselves a corner actually. It's Billy Denny playing it off Philip Lowry there, and it will be a corner on this near hand side, so it will be Liam Miller to take it. City caused a bit of commotion in the Derry City box the last time, and can they cause the same this time around?
Hopefully from a Cork point of view, and if you're in Drive 105, I imagine you hope
it's knocked in. It's headed away there by Derry City, man. Sorry, Colm, to cut across you. Go on.
Oh no, it's on.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you have your moment.
He's getting on at me now. This is
Rebel Radio at its finest.
Liam Miller now puts the ball over the top. That's for Carl Shepherd. He takes it down, hits it with his left foot, crosses it in, can't get it in. Oh, and it rolled just past McBride. It wasn't actually. It rolled back just past McAnuff, I think. And McBride was there to clear away.
It was a very similar moment to Pat's first goal in the Cup last season against Derry. You know, Christy Fagan, when it kind of just rolled past everyone at a mile an hour.
I don't remember that goal.
It was the first goal.
Oh, yeah. In the Cup final.
Yeah, in the Cup.
I'm not sure actually.
Interesting.
I remember the one-on-one goal But I remember a lot like going last minute. Yeah.
We apologise if you're from Derry and we're just taunting you with Pat's beating you in the
game.
Billy
Denny now puts this in, and it's up Jared Doherty again with the punch, and he's been quite solid from the corner so far, just punching the ball away in the greasy conditions, you can say.
He's been quite solid all round.
He has made a great save from Ross Gaynor about 10 minutes ago, and as we're approaching half time, it is still 0-0 here at Turner's Cross. You can see that in your graphic up in the top right hand side of your screen. All very fancy now with our YouTube, and Liam Miller now puts the ball in when he crosses into the front stick. That's been kind of the tactic so far. It's into the middle, and that's headed away. That's a really good header actually. That was McBride actually with the header, and a really, really strong header from the Candy Stripe captain. And Derry, he wins himself a free kick for his troubles. But Colm, what do City need to do a little bit differently if they're to try and unlock this Derry defence, do you think?
Well, to just they're not doing anything wrong. Just to be blatantly obvious, they just need to put the ball in the back of the net.
Is it more the final pass, would you say, or is it more?
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah,
okay.
I mean, there was a few times inside the box there when Carl Shepherd had the ball, and the pass wasn't there. It's not Carl's fault. He just doesn't have the ability, I think, anyway. But anyway,
interesting comment there for a man who's just been given a new contract to Cork City.
Yeah. Apologies to Carl and his family.
We know you're watching.
There's a lot of people watching.
There's a lot of people watching tonight. And we can say watching because we're on YouTube now and not on Ustream. So people are watching as well as listening.
Unless you're on Drive 105.
Well, in which case you're listening.
Then you're watching the radio.
And hoping that Derry will score.
Yeah.
But they haven't.
Unless
so
you're from Cork. And you're listening to Drive 105.
I literally like words escape me. I have nothing to say at this point. Good ball there by Dan Murray over the top, and that will stick in this pitch. Michael McSweeney is in. He's under tackle, and he just puts it over the bar, and that actually hit off the post at the back of the goal, holding the net up, and it just. And that's headed away by Dan Murray. And it's Derry have the ball. It's with Philip Lowry, I think, on the ball. Yeah, so it is. And City win the ball back. It's with Liam Miller now. And Miller will put the ball into the channel for Carl Shepherd. This is a great chance for the home team. Shepherd now gets to the byline, crosses it in. I don't know what it is with Carl Shepherd and shooting, but
he is our top scorer.
Well, I mean, but I was going to finish that sentence. I say shooting from tight angles.
Yeah. Okay, sorry.
But well, a cross definitely would have been the better option there.
Very
but true.
much so.
He does like to shoot, which is good because he's an attacking player. I feel like if people aren't realising that this is all like tongue in cheek, then they might seriously think that like we've
we're
recruited.
Just awful.
This
awful radio.
It's literally the first game of football that we've ever been at. Jared Doherty now plays over top. I can definitely assure you, I've been to a few football games before this, like quite a few.
Played for Cork City, if
trained. I was on trial with Cork City.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's alright. I just don't want people thinking I am, going around the place saying I play for Cork City.
If Drive 105 last week could have a former Derry City player, why can't we have a
former Cork City player? Yeah. Well, we do have a former Cork City player here with us, but he's working with BBC Radio for us. So
we can't really say who he's working for. No. Begins with a B. Anyway.
Ball out down to Barry McNamee, plays it out left. That's played in towards Ryan Curran. He does get the ball there. That's a good touch player by Curran. Plays out right to Killian Marson, who's come out a bit further right now. He's having a bit more joy down this right hand flank. Coming up against Ross Gaynor. Takes it inside, plays it on. That's with Patrick McElhenney. Gets the other side of McSweeney. And Miller was about to put in a tackle there, but just below the last minute was a good idea by Miller, because that would have been a penalty. And the ball goes out. And it will be a throw in actually on this far hand side, right in front of the corner boys who have travelled, who have come in numbers. I suppose they've travelled to come here. I mean, they don't live here, so technically they made some sort of journey.
Unless they live in those houses.
But they still had to come out and come in the entrance.
We apologise if you're from Derry and don't know the dynamics of Turner's Cross. There's
yes.
A stand. What's the name of that stand?
The Derry Nan stand, or the popular end if you're a real old-time Cork City fan.
Okay. And there's houses behind that, so.
Yeah. I'm sure you're pretty familiar if you've ever watched.
Geography lesson of the Turner's Cross area. If you've ever watched Soccer Republic,
if you've ever watched Soccer Republic, you'll know. Yeah. And if you haven't, then shame on you. Ball now in towards Mark O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan now goes forward and it plays out left towards Billy Denny. Denny has Gary Buckley with him. He also has Ross Gaynor outside him. Alex to put it into the back post. Carl Shepherd is there, but tries to keep it in, but can't.
Because it's just gone out.
It's gone out.
Yeah.
Well, he did his best.
He tried.
As professional footballers should.
He tried. Do you ever see that picture of like The Simpsons where Bart has a cake and it says, "At least you tried"?
Yeah, that's what I would.
Carl Shepherd, yeah.
I would tweet that to Carl Shepherd at this moment. Didn't I? Yeah, we'll keep up to date on the old Twitter, the old tweet box as we're going along. I actually have it signed into my own account, so that's why Dave has started to tag me in my account because he knows that I have it on the wrong account. But anyway, plays in now Michael McSweeney, but headed down there by a Derry City man. It's out left here with Patrick McElhenney, who's on the ball quite a bit for the Candy Stripes. Cuts inside, plays the ball out right there for Killian Morrison, hits Morrison right in the chops, but he manages to hold on to it. Oh, nice step over, crosses into the back post, but only Michael McSweeney is there, and the ball holds up, and that's one part of the pitch that is extremely sodden.
I mean, when Michael McSweeney went down there was like a lot of water came up.
That's a bad touch there by McBride, and he catches Buckley, and that will be a yellow card, I think. And I think he knows it because he's running away from the referee, which is usually a sign that he thinks he's going to get booked. And he will. I think the referee's reaching for his pocket here. So that is tonight's first booking.
Second, Carl Shepherd got booked as well.
True.
Yes.
Shepherd got booked. My apologies.
I know my stuff.
Derry City's first booking of tonight.
Yes.
For
Ryan McBride. But that's my own opinion.
That doesn't mean that it actually happened, though.
No.
Okay.
In my mind, he has a yellow card.
Okay. So if he gets booked in your mind, he gets sent off, and he doesn't take any more fair enough. Seems legit. That's City. A lot of City players coming forward. They're certainly being very attacking here, City, from the set pieces, as Ross Gaynor now is set to put this in. He swings it again to the back post. That's for Mark O'Sullivan to head in. O'Sullivan does head it in, but can't get it towards the players in the middle. It's kind of funny, actually. That's like that. There's a number of big players up there, like the likes of Darren Dennehy and Dan Murray, and yet the ball is played in for Mark O'Sullivan to knock the ball down to one of these players. Where you think there would be a striker in there that he'd want to knock the ball down in his, It's Mark
O'Sullivan. I think he's only lost one header in his professional career.
But I do, and I know that, and most of them have come by knockout. But I'm just saying that surely if he was going to win a header, you'd put a striker in that position instead of somebody like Dan Murray or Darren Dennehy.
That's true.
That's how you finish. But yeah, McElhenney now plays in McNamee, and it's on the left hand side. McNamee's going to play it back to McElhenney to put in the cross. It's to the back stick. That's for Killian Morrison to try and win ahead of the way by Ross Gaynor, and Billy Denny completes the clearance. McBride now gets ahead of Mark O'Sullivan, plays it back to Philip Lowry, and Derry City will come back with the ball again. It's out left with McElhenney. Plays it. Oh no, it's not actually McElhenney. Sorry, that was Dean Jarvis who played the ball into McElhenney, but McElhenney can't win the ball, and City win a throw in on this near hand side,
which Carl Shepherd will take, apparently. Yeah, he
does. Yes. I thought he was wondering what he was doing there anyway.
Yeah.
Threw it into Michael McSweeney, who gives it back to Dan Murray. Dan Murray now switches play inside to Liam Miller, who will just complete it along this near flank with Darren Denny. Denny now on to Ross Gaynor, and the ball has completed its trip across Turner's Cross as Gaynor now plays it down the length side of the home ground, but it falls to Ryan McBride, and that's a pretty obvious shove in the back from Mark O'Sullivan.
And Derry will win. Wait for it. There will be an additional.
Probably about a minute. I wouldn't think there's any more than a minute.
Well,
he's after put up to 3 minutes at a time.
Whatever you're into, I suppose.
Seems odd. There wasn't any significant injuries or any substitutions or anything, but I don't know. Maybe they just really don't want us going to extra time, so they're just trying to extend the playing time as much as possible. Anyway, ball goes over the top, and that's for Mark O'Sullivan. He's being carefully shepherded there by Aaron Barry, and Johnny C isn't happy at all because Barry was actually hanging out of O'Sullivan's jersey. I think it was kind of 6 of one, half a dozen the other, but obviously referee Derek Tomney deciding that the Cork City man was the guilty party.
About John Caulfield, you can tell when he's not happy. Compare that to Peter Hutton.
Yeah.
He's not happy. He's just kind of.
John is definitely more explosive.
Yeah, he's animated.
And definitely doesn't know what a technical area is.
I mean, look, there's actually a smudge there.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. It depends on the fourth official, but sometimes you can see John Munster Senior League style, halfway down the line behind the linesman, just giving him abuse when he hasn't given his in that he wanted.
Yeah. Or the game against the Dock actually last season, when he was actually on the pitch.
That's right, he had to be told to step back off it. Ball now played over the top, but Mark McNulty will pick that up pretty comfortably. So if you're listening in on YouTube or indeed on Drive 105 match night with our friends up in Derry, The score remains here on Lee side 0-0. We're just coming up towards half time, probably about 2 minutes left. We were given 3 minutes additional time, about a minute of that gone. So unless something significant happens, it will be 0-0 at half time. From a Derry City point of view, been very little penetration, been very difficult to find possession in the latter half. As this bad touch by Rob Cornwall there almost leaves in Billy Dennehy, but the free kick again will go against the man in the green shirt, and it will be an away free kick. But from the away point of view, it's I suppose you come down to Cork, it's a difficult game. We are quite good at home. Unless we played
more games at home this season than we have away.
But I'd say we've won more as well than we have away.
True.
So in a cup game, I don't know.
Anything can happen.
It's football. Anything can happen. And essentially, the point that we're trying to make is that if you're Derry City, you're just trying to really contain the game and try and grab some sort of a goal in the second half. So from that point of view, the game plan has been going to plan. Really, from City's point of view, they've definitely been the team on top.
Although another kind of, not real fact, but something that kind of most people in Cork know. Well, not Cork, but you know, Cork City have scored more goals into the shed end than they have into the St. Anne's.
We only score in the shed. That is the famous saying on Lee side.
Yeah.
And second half City will play into the shed end, which is now called the Joe Delaney stand. But yeah, it will be City with the ball. It's Dan Murray. Murray now plays it over the top, and that's for Carl Shepherd. He's coming up against Dean Jarvis. Jarvis was there twice to deny City probably almost certain goals. As play back towards Michael McSweeney, he takes a fake, now crosses it in. It's in for Marky Sull. Can he get the header? Yes, he can, and just over the bar. Gerard Darley just hanging on to his crossbar, making sure that he had that covered. And as you say, the guy's barely ever lost a header in his entire professional career, and that is half time, I think.
Yeah.
Blown up by your referee Derek Tomlin. Yeah, normally they wait for the goal kick to be taken, but obviously he decided he wasn't waiting around. So it is half time here at Turner's Cross. 0-0 between Derry City, Cork City and Derry City in tonight's FAI Cup quarter-final replay. Few real chances of note, I suppose. The one was the one real big moment of the game so far was Ross Gaynor's shot that was brilliantly saved by Gerard Darley, and with Darley out of goal, Mark O'Sullivan put a header towards goal, but Jarvis was there on the line to clear away. Jarvis was also there a second time when I think it was Carl Shepherd was through in on goal, and he should have shot himself with the goal gaping, but instead tried to roll in Mark O'Sullivan, which wasn't a good choice. But yeah, really it's a case of missed opportunities so far here for the Rebel Army. But at half time here, it is Cork City 0, Derry City 0. We'll be back in about 5 minutes just for a bit of a roundup of what's happening so far. But until then, we'll catch you on the flip side.
Back to the studio.
Back to the studio. back on YouTube, so get your backsides over there if you just want. It's not as fancy as it was, but it'll do for the moment. We have like the score up in the corner, and we have the poster in front of you, so this is at least something visual if you want to listen to. Still has it as Shepherd. Shepherd now turns away from Jarvis, crosses it in. Can he go to the back post? But no, it goes straight out. So it will be a goal kick for Cork City.
Derry.
Joke Derry, sorry, my apologies.
One of us is awake anyway.
Yeah, well.
So we're off the Ustream now, yeah?
We are off the Ustream. We're back on YouTube.
BEAUtiful.
So,
yeah? Oh. Are they not covering it now anymore or what? What? Alright. McElhenney gives it to Ryan Kern. Kern, here down the wing. Gives it back to McElhenney. Fake shot, of which Liam Miller challenges well. Miller wins it now, and he will have a run at the Derry defence. Miller, beautiful run by Miller, but his final pass just isn't there. Buckley gives it to Dennehy. Billy, of course. Dennehy whips it in. Buckley! Oh my word. All it looked like he had to do was put the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, that was an amazing attack from Cork City. Sorry, Colm.
No, I'm done.
It was a great run actually by Billy Denny. Left inside, cut to the byline, put it back inside for Gary Buckley. Buckley had the entire right hand side of the goal to aim at. Decided to put the ball back where it came from, and it went wide. City fans are really getting into this game now, really providing an atmosphere. The rain has stopped, and we're coming into the final moments. This really does Colm actually, even though it's on a Monday night, it really does feel like a cup tie, doesn't it?
It really does, and I'd just like to point out that Derry are in the process of hoping to make 2 substitutions anyway. Mark Tomlin and Stephen Dooley will be looking to come on. Darren Denny has it now. Mark McNulty. Mark O'Sullivan was back there, we'd have problems. Dan Murray. Carl Shepherd gives it to Michael McSweeney. McSweeney. Challenged by Barry McNamee. And Derry will make those substitutions now. Aaron McEnough will be make way for Stephen Dooley. And we are waiting to see who will come on for Mark Tomlin, and it is Ryan Kern who will come on for Mark Timlin. Sorry, as I said, Tomlin. There we are. Yeah. Michael McSweeney now has the ball as we wait for this throw in to be taken. McSweeney to Buckley. McSweeney looks to put it in for Mark O'Sullivan, but it's not going to get there, and Ger Doherty has it again. Excuse me. Back?
Yeah, we should be. I'm just bringing on confirmation there from Dave, who's listening in. Dave Kent. Yep, we're all good. So thanks for joining us. We really do apologise about that. There's sometimes you can try and test everything out, and then right in the last minute, your laptop breaks down. Which
as the
is
Coldplay song goes, when you try your best and you don't succeed.
Get what you want, but not what you need.
Yes.
When you feel so tired but you can't sleep, you're probably at an FAI Cup match.
Yeah. This has been quite entertaining.
It has been quite entertaining. It has been very good.
Derry City do have a free kick, which Philip Lowry will look to take.
So thanks for all your patience with us. We are here back on YouTube. We had a bit of a problem, had to go back to Ustream, but that should be all fixed now. So hopefully it will be all good for you to listen in for what is pretty important last couple of moments here for Cork City. Barry McNamee is now going to put in this corner, but blocked straight off Billy Denny. There was only one man in the wall to beat, and he couldn't do it. But it's back with McNamee again. Slots in the number 11. That's Stephen Dooley, the substitute, put into the back post. But City, the ball actually went out for a goal kick, I think it was, and City have the goal kick.
We just wait for Mark McNulty takes a quick, gives it to Dan Murray. Murray, back to McNulty. McNulty hits it long now, looking for Mark O'Sullivan, but he is beaten in the air again. Not the best of nights for Mark O'Sullivan in the air. Derry do have another free kick here now, which Philip Lowry took quickly. Gave it to Aaron Barry. Barry hits it long towards Morrison. Morrison's header is won by Michael McSweeney, who gives it back to Dan Murray. Murray?
Yeah, McSweeney almost had Morrison in like a big bear hug there before he got out of the way, and I'm not really sure what Jarvis was trying to do because he was trying to like Paolo Di Canio it away from his own thing, but it doesn't quite connect right.
As Dave reenacts Paolo Di Canio's volley.
Kev.
Oh. Jesus. Apologies to Dave and Kev.
Yeah, both of us feel insulted by being called the other one. It's on with Gary Buckley now. Just a quick reminder as well, if it was kind of dropping in and out for you recently, that's because the laptop decided to connect to the internet downstairs, which wasn't quite right. So it's all sorted. There's all these little things that you got to kind of keep an eye on over the course of a broadcast. It's not as easy as it looks. But anyway, Marson now has the ball. The man who was started last week, I think, but was dropped for tonight's game, I think. He's back on now, trying to make amends. Ball over the top there now by Cuddihy, headed down by Rob Cornwall. So all of you who were listening on Drive 105 and may have tuned out or are listening now, we do apologise for the problems that were there, and we do thank Drive 105 Match Night's team for all their help. Just unfortunately something like that can happen, a technical issue, and kind of messes everything up, but hopefully we're back online now.
I just have
lovely touch there by Carl Shepard onto McSweeney. What?
I was just going to say, I just received a tweet from Dave saying, please tell me that did not happen. Hashtag I'm Dave.
Hashtag I'm Dave. I feel like that should be a thing. Dan Murray now has it on. Plays inside to Liam Miller. Liam Miller takes a touch, comes forward with it again. Has players out on his left hand side. Does give it out left to Ross Gaynor now. Gaynor coming up against just Stephen Doolin, but Dooley doing well to knock it out, but it will be a Cork City corner on this near inside. City sustaining the pressure that they've had earlier on in this game. It is an excellent chance here for Cork City to try and get a goal as we're getting towards the kind of final quarter of tonight's game, and without a break to be seen, it could be a very, very long night for those Derry City fans who have travelled down, unless they're staying in Cork, in which case, which they probably are. But
well, let's be fair, there's more Gardaí in that section than there is Derry City fans.
That's usual, really. It's kind of a general thing. Gary Buckley now being called over by referee Derek Tomney along with Philip Lowry, just telling him to cut it out, none of that messing. And usually this leads to a free out for the defending side. Yeah.
Hopefully it leads to the ball being in the back of the net.
Well,
which it doesn't.
It wasn't. The whistle wasn't blown, but Mark clear away and ball back in to Miller. Takes a lovely touch, skins one of the Derry players. And turns away from McElhenney and gets the other side back to me. Beautiful dribbling football, and it's a ball in now from Ross Gaynor, headed away, but it's to Murray, and shot by Denny. Blocked now. It's with Billy Denny, the brother. So it was Darren Denny here with the original shot there. Oh, that's a great tackle by Dooley. He managed to win the ball and he almost has it back. He's holding on now, playing on the ground. It's all getting very scrappy on the ground. And Dooley's gone down like he's shot. There's a few players around it. That's Aaron Barry that's hanging off Liam Miller. He isn't happy with what's going on. The ball's been called back. There's a whole load of bodies. And Stephen Dooley remains on the ground injured. That was pretty scrappy, wasn't it?
It was a bit scrappy. Drive 105.
Peter Hutton isn't one bit happy. I think it's Aaron Barry having words with the referee here, which is kind of funny because he was dragging out of Liam Miller there off the ball, so he was kind of lucky to get away with it. You can keep those tweets coming in at our presenters. I'm just going to go back to it now. Yep, Dave says hooray. Rhoda Murphy says it's all good. Yep, that's pretty much, those are my notifications. Where's the notifications on the radio? Oh dear. Yep, Kev Welch says keep going up and down. Yeah, we're doing our best really. There's nothing we can do about the fact that it's kind of up and down for you, but it seems to be pretty solid on our end anyway. And Nancy Creedon and everybody who's listening in, thanks for your tweets. We'll keep an eye on it anyway. We have it up in front of us now, thankfully, so we can just glance down, have a look, come back. As Barry McNamee now has the ball. It's out with Aaron Barry in this FAI Cup quarter-final replay. The winners of this will play Bray Wanderers away as the ball played in McElhenney. Now it's Philip Lowry with the shot off the post, and that was most certainly Dooley. Now recovers it back, gives it back, and it's a shot here. A great save by Mark McNulty. Trying to see who it wasn't the follow-up shot. I think it might have been Cornwall, but City now break. But that was definitely Derry City's best chance of the game. It was Dooley who. Not Dooley. It was. Philip Lowry who burst through and fired a shot, and it beat Mark McNulty, pinged off the base of the left post and bounced out. And I was trying to see who it is on the far inside. I think it was Timlin, I think it was, and Timlin had a shot, and Mark McNulty made a great save. So that is the story. That was a really, really good chance for Derry City. The first time they've ever really made a properly threatened the Cork City goal, but City have survived, and they will go on. Calls for handball against Aaron Barry, but not given by the linesman on his near inside. Ray McDonald and Derry have the ball again. It's with McBride, but his pass is poor into Levy. Definitely has the feel of a cup tie. This one definitely a lot of tension in the air here at Turner's Crossing. Both sides are getting a bit desperate as they see what is essentially their season almost. Maybe not necessarily for Derry City, but for Cork City, definitely their season could have very well dissipated had that ball gone into the back of the net. Now Mark McNulty clears that. That's a long clearance. That's definitely the adrenaline going through Mark McNulty as he clears the entire pitch, and it goes straight to Jared Doherty. He takes a touchdown and just cools things down a little bit. The man who's been in the position, been in nets for a long time.
Since 2008.
2008, you've looked it up.
I've done my research.
Done your research. Who was it before
that? That is a great question. Drogheda United, was it?
I don't know that there's even another league around team before, but anyway, it's with Doolan on this right hand side, the substitute. Tries to find himself some space, plays it back in towards McNamee now. McNamee inside, that's for McElhenney. McElhenney takes a shot, and that goes over. And there was never really threatening Mark McNulty in the goal, but Derry City, Colm, are definitely coming back into it in the last few minutes.
They have. Cork City mainly dominated the early exchanges when you were away, so maybe if you just went away again, that would be great.
That's definitely being cut out and put into like an end of season compilation. If you could just leave, that would be great. It's with Doolan now down this right hand side. Gives it on to the substitute Timlin. Timlin who followed up, plays it back in towards Doolan inside. That's with Lowry. Oh, the brilliant tackle there, and headed away. That was. I'm trying to see who it was. I think it could have been Van Murray with the tackle there. It was a fantastic last tackle, but Derry still on the ball. Shot here, deflected by Timlin. It was deflected off the Cork City man, and now it's with Michael McSweeney into Gary Buckley onto Shepherd. Shepherd turns away there well from Dean Jarvis, playing towards O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan takes a touchdown. That's pushed in the back from Ryan McBride, and the Derry City captain will get a booking, will he? I know there's been a number of fouls here from the Derry City captain, but anyway, City have the free kick here.
It went from a relatively clean game to a relatively, well, not dirty, but
just scrappy. It really, like I said, it has really the feel of like a cup tie. Both sides is really scrapping for it. I love these games. It's Miller's going to leave it to Ross Gaynor, but definitely the crowd are into it. The weather's been terrible. It's just been really all the ingredients of a frantic final 15 minutes as Ross Gaynor now puts it into the back post. That's for Mark O'Sullivan again. He's being well shepherded there by Aaron Barry, and his jersey pulled all over the place, but play goes on anyway. Great sliding tackle there from Gary Buckley, and he wins the throw-in. Derek Tomney rewarding the former Leeds underage player. One of the players who played with me. There you go. Fact. As Ross Gaynor now has the throw, and he has Billy Denny who's shifting left and right, now takes the ball out and gives it back to Gaynor. Gaynor crosses it in, but it's cleared away. Oh, and that was hacked away by McBride. He was not too sure about that at all, trying to hit it away first time and just totally sliced underneath the ball, and it will be a Cork City corner. And if City were to score here, I think this might totally knock the stuffing out of Derry City, given the
it could go one or two ways. It could either knock the stuffing out of them or rejuvenate them.
So anything could happen, essentially, what you're saying.
Pretty much.
Right.
It's the cup.
Well, that is true. It is the cup, and not the Premier League or the Premier Division.
Yeah.
Liam Miller puts the cross in. It's going into the back seat. That's for Darren Denny to get underneath, but Jared Hardy's out there quickly, punches it straight up into the air, and then collects on the second attempt. So, all's well that ends well for Jared Hardy. He managed to win it. Now, the kick is bad, though, and John Levy plays it over the top. And that's for Billy Denny to run onto. Denny's still running onto it, but City going to look like they're going to introduce a few changes here. On this near hand side, John O'Flynn and Alan Bennett warming up. And now it's played down towards Timlin, who's had a very good start in the game since being introduced by Derry manager Peter Hutton. Now it's with Dooley. Dooley now into Patrick McElhenney. McElhenney now runs inside, plays it inside to Barry McNamee, but can't get it away, and it's now with Timlin. Timlin at the apex of the box, turns and shots, but shoots. Sorry, but Mark McNulty is there to save. I'm just going to move down a bit. So I don't.
No worries.
Like.
Is that right?
Don't bite. Looks like City are going to make a change here as Mark McNulty plays this ball long, as we were saying. O'Flynn. As that ball knocked down towards Gary Buckley. Sorry, I actually interrupt myself. Now to Billy Denny on this left hand side. Denny crosses in, back stick. That's for Carl Shepherd to try and get ahead on it. Shepherd gets a head back, but it's cleared away eventually by McNamee. And just end to end, this game has been so in the last couple of minutes.
Well, this half really has been end to end.
Now it's Denny getting to the byline, crosses the back post, but can't keep it in. Can Liam Miller? No, it will be Carl Shepherd who slides, keeps it in. That's great work by Carl Shepherd. Lovely turn by Liam Miller. Sets up Gary Buckley. Buckley takes a touch. Can he get the ball? No, he can't. Cuddihy Font's got it. What a goal! Oh my God! What a goal! Ross Gaynor! Wow! My God! What a goal! Ross Gaynor! Pick that one out! 35 yards! Bounces out from the corner. Gaynor smashes it right into the top left hand corner. That is a goal that is worthy of settling a cup tie. Ladies and gentlemen, when you finish with this commentary, your YouTube stream will be lighting up with this goal. Ross Gaynor, that is a contender for goal of the season. Colm, what a goal!
What a goal! What an absolute goal! That is like a goal that when you're playing FIFA, you have the sliders up. What a goal!
What a goal as Mark O'Sullivan makes way for John O'Flynn. And it looks like Dan Murray, that'll come off for Alan Bennett. But Colm, I said to you, I had a feeling in my water. And after a goal like that in a cup tie like this, you've got to...
Maybe our name is on this cup. I don't want to jinx it.
I don't want to jinx it, but I have a funny feeling. I have a funny feeling we've avoided Dundalk in the next round. Should we get through to the next round? I'm not going to jinx this. But it looks like Derry are going to make a change as well. Ben McLaughlin coming on.
Kevin. Dave has just said.
Hashtag I'm Dave.
Yeah, my effing ears.
Well, good. Because that pretty much describes you. Murray McBride now comes off and Ben McLaughlin comes in. That pretty much describes the feeling here. We know it wasn't exactly the most sharp or necessarily the easiest on your ears, but by God, that was an incredible goal and was fitting of the reaction that it got. Oh, great tackle there by John O'Flynn.
Well, to be fair, that little flick from Liam Miller deserves more.
Oh, it really did. It was beautiful. Miller just dragged the ball into the kind of a Cruyff turn around it, leaving two Derry defenders for dead. The ball bounced out and it was going to Gaynor, and I wasn't sure. I thought he was actually just shaping up to knock it down for himself, but he just powers his foot through it and smashes it right into the top left hand corner. That would be a goal that would settle any cup tie in any country around the world.
That would be a goal that would settle any league,
any game ever.
Pretty much.
In anything.
World Cup final, anything.
Yeah, that would, even if that was scored in the World Cup final, people would be talking about it for weeks and
Sky
weeks
Sports
and weeks.
Would never stop showing it.
Well, hopefully we might be able to get our clip, our commentary on the Sky Sports for it.
Joe Ali, we know where you are.
We know you're watching. Now it's with Dean Jarvis. Plays it back to Aaron Barry. Barry back to Jared Hardy. And sorry for any Derry fans who've listened in. They might feel we might have been a little over exuberant, but seriously, if your team had scored that goal, you would have had the exact same reaction as that ball's played over the top out left for Killian Morrison, who's been quieter in tonight's game, tonight's second half, should I say, but coming back into it now a small bit more now with Derry on the left hand side. That's inside, that's with McElhenney. Good tackle there by Gary Buckley, and City win the ball. It's going to be taken quickly though, the throw in. Dean Jarvis with it. Jarvis now into McElhenney. McElhenney onto Morrison. Good tackle there by John Dunleavy. Now Dan O'Flynn has his first run. A man who's already scored this season against Derry City. Can he put distance between the teams? Very cleverly just shifts the ball from right to left and earns what is a soft enough free by Aaron Barry. I know City have a chance to swing a ball into the box, but Colm, my God.
Yeah, I just got a text from my dad. I don't know, should I say it? He just said, does that mean Cork City are winning?
Yes, I think you can safely say I must update the graphic actually.
Yeah, as we await for Billy Denny to take this free kick. A one-man wall with Killian Morrison now. Billy Denny whips it in. John O'Flynn's there! It's 2-0! That's Gary Buckley! Gary Buckley! In quick succession! It is 2-0 to the home side! And you have to feel for Derry. You really do.
You do, Colm, I said, like, only about 5 minutes earlier, had we scored from the corner that we had just leading up to the goal. That would have knocked the stuffing out of Derry. We scored just after, and we have. I presume that was kind of a long ball to the back post.
Yeah,
yeah. It was a good header by Gary Buckley. I kind of saw it off the corner of my eyes. I was updating things. He really got a good leap and got a good header over Doherty, and it is now Cork City. Cork City 2, Derry City 0, and this cup quarter final replay with only about 10 minutes to go. Can we?
That was longer.
It's 25 past now. It started at maybe 20 minutes, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. We settled at 15. We don't have a stopwatch. We've been trying to do so many other things.
Jared Doherty getting his annual abuse down here.
Yeah, his customary
welcome.
Catcalling. Yeah. I was trying to look for the alliteration. That's the best I could do. Now Mark McNulty has it. I suggest dropping it to his feet. He's being chased down by Timlin. All goes over the par. But Colm, as you said, that's knocked down by John O'Flynn. But knocked away by Barry in the end. And now Derry have a chance to break it to Philip Lowry, the man who hit the post just maybe 5 minutes before the goal. And that's played over the top by Bennett, but won by Gene Jarvis. But yeah, very harsh on Derry, who weren't as good in the first half. They've definitely improved in the second half. And we're very unlucky with that Lowry chance that struck the base of the post.
Miller again with that little crow.
It's like, when you used to do, for any City fans, it's like, when Samba Soccer used to go to your school and they used to teach you a trick where you'd like hug the ball into your foot and you do a spin around. That's essentially what Liam Miller's been doing like 4 times tonight, and it's been outstanding. The guy has it down to a T. He would definitely do well as a Samba Soccer coach.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Dean Jarvis now on it.
If he learned nothing else from Sir Alex Ferguson, he learned that.
Yeah. Oh, McElhenney's been given the space, turn across now in front of him, space to shoot. Oh, knocks it into Timlin. Timlin, heavy touch, gets it through the legs of Mark McNulty, who doesn't come out properly. But it goes out for a Cork City goal kick. McNulty didn't dive down in the ball properly, and the ball went straight through his legs, and Timlin crashed into the netminder. But
actually, as there's a little break in play now, I'd just like to point out Liam Miller played with Ronaldo, didn't he? At Man United?
I'm not. Interesting, perhaps.
Yeah, I was just going to say that maybe that little trick there was a Liam Miller, Cristiano Ronaldo-esque kind of thing.
Maybe it was his homage to. That's a pretty tenuous link, with, but it's appreciated nonetheless.
Yes, there you go.
So
facts.
It is 2-0 here tonight at Cork City. 2 goals in the space of 5 minutes. The first an absolute rocket by Ross Gaynor, and I'm definitely going to be listening back to it on YouTube later when I get home.
Can't wait.
I can't wait to hear what it sounds like, because you were shouting and I was shouting, and then I was like, wait, I need to actually describe what happened. And everyone was shouting. Everyone in the ground was shouting. I think even the Derry City fans were a little bit excited. Yeah,
kind of.
Yeah, like a respectful clap. Yeah. The second then a little less spectacular.
Davis got back to me saying Miller didn't play with Ronaldo, but he did play with Eric Jemba. So.
Oh well, the man's so good they named him twice. No, it's thrown in by Jarvis, knocked on there by Barry, and it's into the path of Rob Cornwall. Obviously, we're keeping up with the action. If we're digressing slightly from the football, it probably means there's a break in play as Barry McNamee has it. He has Dooley outside him, but he opts to play it inside to McElhenney. But that's good, cleared away there by Michael McSweeney, who's had another good game for Cork City tonight. Always solid at right back when he falls in for the Rebel Army. And it's now with Aaron Barry at left, Derry City's left back. Knocked away there by Carl Shepherd, and John O'Flynn's onto it. John O'Flynn coming up against one Derry man, that is Rob Cornwall. Cuts inside of Cornwall, tries to get past him. He can, he's held back, he's looking for a free kick, he's not going to get it, and Derry City break with the ball. Philip Lowry now. Lowry now inside to Killian no, it's not, it's inside to Mark Timlin actually, who's wearing the same boots as Killian Morrison. That's why I thought he was Killian Morrison, but it's Patrick McElhenney anyway. Oh, good tackle by McSweeney at the second attempt to get the ball, and now Shepherd battling with McElhenney, wins the ball, is 3, it's 3-on-4 now. Gives it out left to Billy Denny, who has Ross Gaynor steaming down the inside full of confidence. This opts not to give it to Gaynor, tries to cross it in, but cross is blocked down. It's out to Liam Miller now at the edge of the box. He's looking to try and find the gap in the candy stripe defence. Plays it on. It's a good ball. Little flick ball inside to Billy Denny. His ball out left to Gaynor. Now Gaynor coming up against Ben McLaughlin, the substitute. McLaughlin does well to shepherd him out. Can he get the ball out of play? Yes, he does. And it will be a Derry City throw-in. So good work there by Ben McLaughlin at right back. Something happens. I'm not really sure what was happened, but
great commentary. This is well prepared commentary.
Well, I can't see whether something was thrown at him or whether he slipped or whether. Anyway, throw was taken in, but McLaughlin hacks that way over his own head. Definitely saw that. What happened there? Now Flynn has the ball. He's at the edge of the box. He shoots, in fact. But that's blocked down. But it's a foul by Killian Morrison on Ross Gaynor there. I think it was. He picked up the rebound and said he would have a free kick.
Kevin O'Connor is being called back there from the warm up, so maybe he's going to come on.
Yep, he will. You can see Biscuits making the kind of universal substitute kind of sound or sign language. And now City have a free kick. It looks like Liam Miller will drift this in. Yeah, he will. City have a few players up front. They have Darren Denny at the back post that swung in. And it's headed away there by Barry McNamee, who's actually won a lot of defensive headers for a guy so small.
Bennett.
No, not Bennett.
Oh my God!
Trying Ross Gaynor and volleys it, but straight at Jared Doherty. Good connection nonetheless by the centre back, and he talks it out now to Billy Denny, whose cross is deflected down by McNamee. Now to McSweeney, his touch is poor, but Denny can have it, and that's really cynical there by McNamee. He just like trips over and barges McSweeney in the back off the ball. Obviously a lot of frustration setting in there. Lucky that referee Derek Tomlin didn't see that, as Derry now break of the ball. It's with Stephen Dooley on the right hand side coming up against Ross Gaynor. Dooley has brought on as a second half substitute. Great tackle there by Gaynor, sliding in to get the ball from him. And City just looked full of confidence now after that strike by Gaynor. Now it's with Buckley, who just ties a cheeky little back heel to Liam Miller. Goes to John Dunleavy, who gives it on to Alan Bennett. And now back to Gary Buckley.
I'd like to point out that Brian Fitzgerald has actually agreed with my point, saying that Liam Miller did play with Ronaldo. So, there you go.
Interesting.
Thanks, Brian.
Well, Brian knows everything, because if you ever read the CorkCityFC.ie match preview, all of the really interesting stats and all of the stats given, they're all Brian Fitzgerald's work. Does some great work with extratime.ie. Check him out. I think he's also at B Fitzgerald. I know that's Twitter.
B_Fitzgerald, I believe.
There you go. So,
I'll
double check. And now the ball is played in towards Timlin. He has Morrison in the middle, but can't get it across. Morrison just can't get there in time, really.
Yeah, B_Fitzgerald.
Fitzgerald. Oh, I like nice use of the T for the F. It's a substitute now, but yeah, that's where you can get Brian. We use actually a few of the stats for the interesting stats when I'm too lazy to try and find them myself. So that's an admission on my part. But Brian, thanks very much for the tweet, and it will be a substitution. Carl Shepard coming off, and Kevin O'Connor will be introduced into the game, playing at left mid. Presumably it'll be a straight swap there, as Johnny C wipes what I don't know whether it's rain or whether it's sweat from his brow, but he can certainly take a deep breath, because City are now in the driving seat of this football game with only a few minutes to go. There's a few things going off the ball here with Alan Bennett and Killian Morrison. A few words exchanged. I'm not sure what referee Derek Tomney wants from Morrison. Yeah, it will be a goal kick for Cork City, taken by Mark McNulty. So City lead 2-0 now. Absolutely worldy golazzo by Ross Gaynor, 35 yards out, volleys it right into the back of the net.
Seriously, if it's on Soccer Republic later, watch it.
Yeah,
it is beautiful.
It's incredible. Oh yeah, I forgot it's on tonight.
Yeah,
great. It will be on Soccer Republic. Oh, it's ball over there for John Flynn, and touch, and it's 3-0. That was very, very clever. And John O'Flynn does get his customary goal against Derry City.
Somewhere in Ashburn, there is a man very upset.
It was a really good play actually by Gary Buckley. He just kind of lifted the ball over the top of the defender, and John O'Flynn ran onto it and just touched it over the advancing Jared Doherty. It all happened very quickly. It was kind of out of nothing, but City do take a 3-0 lead, and that is the cup over for Derry. So I suppose for people on Foyle side now, it's relegation now, trying to avoid the relegation drop. But for Cork City, the season is still alive. We managed to keep it alive. He's John saying something to John Cotter. I wonder, was there a bet put on whether he'd score between the two tonight? Well, he looks particularly happy with that. So on to Stephen Dooley now. Dooley coming forward, but blocked out by his opposite number 11, Ross Gaynor, who's had a fantastic game tonight at left back for Cork City. He's really dominated proceedings now. It's in towards Alan Bennett. Bennett now stops and plays it back to Mark McNulty. But City, Colm, we survived the game up in Derry, having conceded early. We've survived the Derry onslaught and hitting the post. We have now pretty much secured this cup tie. Bray Wanderers away.
It's going to be difficult. The last time we were up there, as you said, it was very poor match. So, hopefully they're not the strongest side in the world. They've had troubles on and off the pitch. So,
Yeah, there's
that could go either way.
definitely a chance there. I actually said to Dave that I was very confident today. I was feeling very confident, Colm. And I said to Dave as Patrick McElhenney comes forward and now for the away side tries to play Mark Timlin. Actually, Timlin drops short for it. Timlin now with the shot, but deflects off Alan Bennett, the man who he was having words with previously. Patrick McElhenney now back on the ball at the edge of the box, crosses it in very static here from the away side and easily headed away by Darren Denny into Kevin O'Connor's first touch is poor straight to Barry McNamee. McNamee now gives it out right to Ben McLaughlin. McLaughlin with this low shot. Mark McNulty didn't quite. It kind of went through his hands and deflected off his shin pad.
Yeah, it just kind of hit off his knee and then back.
And then back in. It was kind of innocuous enough, but I suppose it just shows you the importance of getting your body behind the goal.
He'll take it nonetheless.
He did take it after he spilled it.
Yeah. I'm afraid to call you by your name now, just in case. Just in case I upset Dave.
Hashtag I'm Dave. Now it's a John Dunleavy. Dunleavy now outright to McSweeney. McSweeney, oh, that's a poor one. And two players going for it there. That was Dunleavy, and Dunleavy scrapping for it on the ground with Philip Lowry, referee coming over to make sure that's all alright.
Dave is back, and he has said he is delighted because he had John O'Flynn anytime scorer with Paddy Power.
Well, there you go.
Product placement there for.
People know they exist.
Yeah.
Long ball now from Mark McNulty over the top. That's Dean Jarvis chasing that one down, coming up against Gary Buckley. Manages to shepherd it out of play, and it will be a throw in for Derry. They take it quickly. That ball is poor. Billy Denny does well to slide in, but can only divert the ball towards Barry McNamee, who gives it out to Stephen Dooley on this right hand side. City still pressing very, very high, despite the fact that they're 3-0 up with only a few minutes to go. Certainly showing their strength and conditioning has been very good. Ben McLaughlin on the ball now. It's with Philip Lowry. Lowry now ball over the top towards Dean Jarvis, but that's a poor ball and be pretty easily recovered by Michael McSweeney. Gives
4
it
minutes
to Mark McNulty, and it will be 4 minutes of added time here. So we had 3 minutes in the first half. We have 4 minutes now in the second half. So 4 minutes left in tonight's SSE Electricity League game between Cork City and Derry City. Cork City 3-0 up now, thanks to goals from Ross Gaynor, Gary Buckley, and John O'Flynn, and can comfortably pretty much call this as going into the next round of the FAI Cup. That is the semi-final.
Unless Derry have an absolutely amazing 4 minutes.
I really can't see that happening. I really cannot see that happening. I think Derry City now are all but spent. They're going to try and focus their attention on the crucial Premier Division games coming up.
Although over the last few years, nothing is certain with Cork City. Absolutely nothing is certain.
Well, I mean, when you have
off the pitch, nothing.
In the stands?
Yes.
Well, when you have your kit man holding up the corner flag, I mean, it's a special club. It will be a corner, actually. Sorry, we were kind of digressing there. There was a shot from a corner that deflected off a Derry City man. I didn't think that took a deflection, actually, but did, according to referee Derek Tamney, and it will be a Cork City corner on this near inside. It will be Billy Denny to take one man who hasn't gotten on the score sheet so far. Denny now with the in-swinging corner with his left foot. That's to the front. No, to the back post actually. And that was Kevin O'Connor inches away. I think the timing on the header being a little bit better, that would have been into the back of the net. But Gerard Doherty was there in his way, and I think O'Connor just kind of lost track of the ball. Couldn't quite get a contact.
Maybe a bit of nervousness there that he's already scored his first goal for the club. So maybe, I don't know.
Anyway, we're 3-0 up. Yeah. So we should be okay.
Unless you're in Derry, then you're 3-0 down. We apologise, but it's true. Anyway.
It's Timlin. Timlin now gives it back to Patrick McElhenney. McElhenney turns inside, comes forward in a great tackle there by Gary Buckley to dispossess McElhenney, and he comes forward against Billy Denny. Denny quick touch to John O'Flynn. O'Flynn's ball back to Denny's four, and Derry win the ball back. But O'Flynn's chasing. In fairness, his very game is John, and that's a very cynical foul by Dean Jarvis, and he will pick up a yellow card for this. Just hooked his leg around Gary Buckley and tripped him.
How many goals that is now for John O'Flynn against Derry since he's came back? 3?
3? And how many goals has he scored overall for the club since
4. He scored 1 against Limerick this season when we lost.
If only we had Derry in the cup final. And we could just start John O'Flynn and he would just score a hat-trick.
If he scores a hat-trick against Dundalk, should they progress and should we progress tonight, even though we are 3-0 up, and it's very late on.
Progress in the semi-final, and Dundalk progress in the semi-final also. Yeah. So, should we play Dundalk in the final? Do you think John O'Flynn will score a hat-trick? Am I putting you on the spot now, Colin Cuddihy, as saying that Jonathan will?
No.
Okay. Well, that killed a bit of time as Michael McSweeney plays the ball back towards Alan Bennett. This is very enjoyable. Colin, I've enjoyed this. It's been a very enjoyable evening. Different, yeah. Alternative, which is what we are. And now it's at Ross Gaynor, but not in a kind of a hipster sort of like annoying sort of way. Just more of a kind of a
sound.
More of a sound kind of way. We are sound guys. As Gaynor now plays.
Unless you're listening in Derry, which I don't know what the slang word for sound would be.
I don't know.
Nice.
I know a wee cracker is like a very good-looking girl, so maybe we are like.
Neither the two of us are girls.
We are like no, but maybe we're like sound crackers.
Sound crackers.
They're crackingly sound. I don't really know.
That could be perceived as racist.
No, it's not. It really is not. It could not be further from
the truth. But yeah, okay. Mark McNulty has an out. Back to the football.
I'm waiting for Dave for like some sort of a "here you're a racist now, father." Like Dave loves it. Dave's some man from Fault Head Coats.
Anyway, who isn't?
John Levy coming forward. John Levy's actually had quite a good game.
He has
defensively. It's kind of been unnoticed.
Was it his second game back from injury?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Although he didn't play up in the Brandywell, did he?
I don't think so, but he's just stretching out that left calf there, making sure. I don't know whether it's cramp or whether it's another problem. I think it might just be cramp.
Neither of the two of us are girls. That's racist. Classic rebel radio.
Well, it's quick ball there by Miller over the top, but referee Derek Tomley will call it back. I wasn't going straight into the arms of Derek or Jared Doherty anyway. So.
That was from Dave as well, by the way. David Kent, as opposed to Kevin Galvin. I get it right.
You understand, like Kent and Kevin, you know, there's a bit of crossover.
Well, his Twitter name is Kento, so.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I don't see how that has any relevance to our conversation.
No. Or to this match.
Everyone thought that was the full-time whistle, but it wasn't. It was actually the offside whistle. But it will be soon, the full-time whistle, blown by Derek Tomley and Cork City, as my sheet almost falls out now, gets soaking, and that's very upsetting. But it's full-time whistle here. Cork City progressed to the semi-final of the FAI Cup. It was touch and go there for a while. There, we had the best of play in the first half. We had a few chances. Jared Doherty making a fine save from Gaynor, and City also having a chance just blocked down by the follow-up header was blocked down by Dean Jarvis. Second half, Derry took control of the game. Well, City were much in control for the first part of the second half. Then in the kind of second, third, if you want to say, Derry definitely took control, and Philip Lowry strolled through the middle of the Cork City defence before striking the left-hand base, the base of the left-hand upright. City hit back though soon after, and it took an absolute wonder goal from Ross Gaynor. The ball was played in, knocked out to Gaynor, and Gaynor, first time on the volley, didn't even wait for the ball to bounce, just smacked it with his right foot right into the corner of the net. And Doherty would have been an unbelievable save, and Doherty saved that. City then followed up with a second soon after. Gary Buckley with a header from a free kick, and City sealed the tie with about 5 minutes to go. Ball played over the top from a lovely little dink and a slip. Slip and a dink is all it was.
Yeah.
Gary Buckley plays it into John O'Flynn, who just come off the bench. John O'Flynn raises it over. Dunleavy is extremely happy with that, and so rightly should be. City keep their season alive with the win, and they will face Bray Wanderers.
When is that game? The 4th of October, I believe?
I think it is. It's just before the Ireland game, the Ireland international game with Germany. I think it's the same week as that game. So
yeah.
So we will be up there twice again, which is what I was doing like last weekend when I went up to Bray and went up to Dublin. But yeah. Point is, City won. We're through to the semi-final of the Cup. Thanks for tuning in.
Nothing else matters unless you're from Derry.
Unless you're from Derry. In which case, relegation matters. Thanks to everyone as well from Derry for listening in.
Drive 105.
And Drive 105, whether you're Drive 105 or whether you're not Drive 105 or whatever. Thanks for listening in.
Yeah.
And thanks for Drive 105 for all their help.
Just
also,
thank you.
Thank you.
Just thank you.
Thank you. If you're listening, thank you.
Not even if you're listening, just thanks.
So that ends it here tonight at Turner's Cross City with the 3-0 win. We will be back online for our next game, which is probably going to be Derry City again at home in the league if the Pats game is not rearranged before then. But if the Pats game is rearranged before then, we probably could be up at Pats. We'll let you know. And apologies as well for the problems after the second half. Our laptop broke down at half time, and there's nothing we can do about it. But in fairness, we got it sorted pretty quick.
Yeah.
So it's all good.
And I'd like to once again apologise to David Kent, who seems to have taken this to heart and has tweeted numerous times calling me Connor.
So from me, David, and him, Connor. Good night, and Rev Radio. We're glad. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope you enjoyed the bit of laugh that we had, and we definitely did. And all this will be saved as well, so make sure you go back. Thanks, Dave. We hope you join us for City's next game. And until then.